Hello and welcome back to this untitled vanilla Minecraft thing we're doing. We're on episode 9. Hopefully the audio sounds good because going back through and editing and re-listening to a lot of the streams that we did, some of them have a lot of audio issues which I'm working to try and fix. Um, I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact I spilled a bunch of rum on my computer. And so as a result, yeah, it's questionable. But that's neither here nor there. I have a solution to it. I just need to find the actual part I'm looking for. And Yuri is incorrect. And I'm gonna just probably not have that message there because that's not a good message. How do I delete a message? How does one delete message? Send help. Um, Purge. Okay, there we go. Anyways, apparently that clears all the previous messages as well. That's annoying. Okay. Anyways, we were talking about Smash, is what the joke that Yuri was trying to make. Um, but yeah. Anyways, we're just talking about how Steve plays and all that sort of stuff. Since I only have had one chance to play, but I've done a little bit of work off camera, as you can see me just running around. I've built out where the wall is supposed to be. For the moment, it's coming along decently. But this is roughly the height that we're supposed to be working at. You can tell the other bits of the environment maybe not so much suited to this. So there's two options. The first option is that we bring everything else up, which is going to take a lot of dirt, which is sort of what I feel we should do. Or the other option is we just build a bunch of stone walls down and just flatten and bring the inner bit up, which is also another possibility. However, that thing is that's going to make a really big. It's going to make it a pain to get up to here. There's a recent leak from a trustworthy source. Yeah, go ahead. I presume so. I'm going to presume you are talking about Smash specifically. But yeah, I'm cool with talking about leaks and stuff, even though they, because to me, I generally see leaks as completely speculatory. Some of them might be correct, some of them might not. At the end of the day, I don't take them for anything more than speculation, so I've got no issue with talking about leaks. But keeping in mind, of course, that they are speculatory. I'm still recovering from this fluey sort of crap I've been dealing with. So if I mute and hide my camera occasionally, like that, then that means I'm probably going to be coughing or blowing my nose or addressing someone, because it's also around these times that my family's like, "Hey, what's happening? Let me come talk to you," and I'm like, trying to stream, but sure. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Anyways, so did a little bit of mining off camera, but not in the sense of oh yes, well I did some mining. Here's my 7 chests of diamonds. No, I got 8 diamond ore. Is what it is. He said Gino was in the game, and then you said you didn't know that he was revealed yet. Fair. I mean, I haven't people been saying that Gino was going to be in the game for basically since the game came out. I would count that as just basically speculation at this point. Also, give me a moment, real quick.
It's gonna feel way
That's the wrong button. That was B double O.
better.
Still wrong button. Okay, boy. Okay. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. I suppose I'll believe it when I see it. Like I said, I'm gonna take it under the impression that that's just speculation at this point, or the equivalent of speculation, because people have been saying Gino's been going to be put in the game for quite a while, and after having Minecraft Steve put in the game, it feels like they could stretch out and basically reach to anything they wanted at this point to bring it into Smash. Certainly. Oh, of course, yeah. Like, yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot there's a lot of people who are way more trustworthy than other people, of course. But at the end of the day, the best way I think that you can look at it is, at the end of the day, seeing it as pure speculation is a whole thing. And yeah, fair. I mean, if Sakurai puts in Geno, then I mean, yeah, sure, I'll get down with it. But at the same time as well, to my knowledge, Geno was only really in one game, so it would ultimately come down to the rest of the people at Nintendo being like, "Hey, put in this character." But I suppose we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I've not really been too focused on Smash recently, just because I've been streaming so much and everything, playing Phasmo, playing like Minecraft, getting stuff ready for exams, playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon. I've done copious amounts of research for Darkest Dungeon. Like, on one hand, like, you might think, oh no, he's watched like 3 videos. No, I've watched a fuck ton of videos. I have like re-evaluated everything about how I play Darkest Dungeon. So that's a whole thing. I'm gonna go through here and light this up real quick, because I have died a few times to things just dropping in on me, creeper explosions, all that sort of annoying stuff. Arthur, how's it going? Vergarben said that the real of every fire returning Ridley and Sun. Yeah, if he's able to data mine, then that makes sense. You found a terrarium mod that has crafting trees made of crafting trees made of crafting trees. And you're not even exaggerating. Yeah, it reminds me of Minecraft, where it has the triple compressed or like octuple compressed cobblestone sort of stuff. So that's the whole thing. According to the Discord notifications, I've been playing a lot of games off stream with some of the peeps. I mean, you say that. I mean Arthur specifically. I was gonna say I have not been. I have very much not been playing really anything off stream except for Phasmo occasionally, because I've been vibing with the Phasmophobia. Every single bullet effect in one bullet pouch, and it's unlimited. Oh boy, that sounds brutal. But I mean, hey, I suppose if there's a need for it, then mods tend to deliver that need. Okay. So that should be that bit lit up. I should probably come down and light up that like lower area as well. Just gotta. The thing is, I want to flatten it all out before I consider lighting it up, but clearly that's not the best idea. Come on, do it. Do it, you won't. Ah, bitch ass. Damn skeleton. I like lined the shot up perfectly for him, and he still messed it up. You be gone. Okay, yeah, but so as I was saying, I've done a little bit of work off camera. Just going through doing that sort of stuff. I went for a short mining trip because I've been running out of cobblestone and stone for the brick. You know how it is, all that sort of stuff. I really probably should eat because I'm at 21 levels and I'd rather not lose that. I already have died a few times as well, as you can see. There's the time I got cocky and let the creeper get near me, and proceeded to regret that immediately as it exploded on me. So that was a whole thing. All that sort of stuff. Boop, bop, bam. Dropping some. Okay, I'm out of torches. Never mind. Okay, let's get back up into base and sleep. Oh yeah, I remember the James Bond thing. Pretty sure you mentioned that a couple of months ago. That's right, my bed is no longer there. So I also put a roof on this and expanded this up into a 2-story thing, and it's getting ready up into another taller tower up above. Like, I've started finishing off this one. You sent an example of what the mod has. Fair. Let me quickly bring up Discord, because I presume that's what it was sent on. Oh, what the hell? There's a rules and there's like a little symbol next to the rules and frequently asked questions thing there. What the fuck? That is just a wall of text. God damn. I'll tell you what. I imagine being a ranged character would be quite convenient with that item. Imagine that shit with fourth party characters in Smash. I was just talking about Terraria items and stuff. Not even the last upgrade. Oh boy. Last upgrade is you just get the bullet that can kill God. I have ultimate power. I can kill God himself. Anyways, so I've just been wandering around doing like menial tasks, which is like basically what I was doing last night. Let's go down. Hold on. Let's go down and let's do this. I'm asleep as you got work today. Alright, well, Dankeschön for coming around, Yuri. I shall catch you whenever I catch you next. Accidental emote. I didn't see any emotes, but sure, fair. I mean, granted, I haven't, after I checked Discord, I shrunk it back down because streaming and such. Okay. Anyways, so we're gonna have the pathway coming along this way. Now, I haven't really thought... Hey, do you mind? God damn it. You need to cease existence immediately. Oh, boy. This is the sort of luck I have where I'm like, should be safe to go and do whatever it is I'm trying to do. Oh, there's a creeper. Fantastic. I hear another skeleton somewhere. That's presumably one of the few bummers, is the fact I've basically built an area where things can just sit under and not get burnt in the daytime. Okay. Nope, hang on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Because we want it to be this 3 wide. I'm going to build like a nice kind of retaining wall along the edge here, so that way we can hold up the pathway. Then I suppose we can just continue this a long way. I haven't really put too much thought into this, to be fair, but I reckon even just working on the path is going to give me enough dirt to start making some more big plays regarding the elevation of the castle that we're building. Break that. Probably should also not be mining trees because they drop like 4 different kinds of items, which can take up my inventory pretty quick. But yeah, so in other news, I've basically just gone and started working on the pathway that goes up and around. It's still a work in progress. It's all like needing to be balanced with everything else that I'm doing. I've flattened out some of the bulge that landmass had, so that way it looks a bit more fitting. Got it to a nice spot where I can have a pathway going across. I ended up changing that into a 1-door wide thing because I was like, why would this place have a 2-door wide thing? It doesn't really make sense. So I ended up doing that. So if that's there, we want to bring it out a bit so we can have stuff on both sides, I imagine. Mining away. Okay, so... the sand I probably would prefer to change into dirt, preferably. Having like something... There we go. And then if we just change the rest of the sand to dirt, it should give us a nice chunk of grass. Ironically, how is it that at the moment the thing that we have the least of is dirt? It's literally we don't have dirt. What is this? Why? I don't get it. There we go, that looks like a decent sort of sized beach. Kind of is a lot smaller. I guess I can probably put a dirt there as well. So, what things do we need to build? Off the top of my head immediately, having a nice little house for perhaps a builder, that could be useful. I don't know. I mean, we could actually just have this as like a little beach sort of area. So maybe have like a resort style situation going on here. But we don't really have the most space for that either, do we? That's my issue, is at this point, I can just build random sort of style things, but at the same time, I end up not knowing what to build. Like, I can just build houses, that's also probably a thing that would be useful. But at the same time, having them around here feels like... I feel like I should have something here. Also, I'm trying to be careful, though, because I need to terraform this entire area. That's why I've chosen this specific spot for the pathway, because I believe the terraforming won't mess up this area too much. Alright. Anyways, my shovel's about to break. I've gone through like 4 shovels, doing all of the random garbage that I've done. Just like a bit of terraforming, bit of this, bit of that. It's less than ideal generally, but good off-camera stuff I find. I just don't like doing too much off-camera because I don't like being that guy who's like, oh yeah, so I did some work off-camera, and you come back and there's like an entire massive like town already built. And I can just use the rest of this axe just destroying this mushroom. There we go. Easy peasy. So I need to up my axe, or need to get a new axe and get a new shovel. Fantastic. Could always do a thing where I throw it out to chat and see what chat wants me to build. That's an option, I guess. Yes, singular dirt. I might as well grab that. Sand. We already have sand. We're doing pretty good on sand, actually, at the moment, it seems. What else could we do here? Combine this bow, or these bows together. The hell is that? Pink dye. Okay, that's wacky. Not seeing anything too useful. There is a saddle here. I could go and get a horse. That's an option. Get me across the land a lot faster. That'd be nice. I haven't really had too much time to AFK over at our farm we made, but I do think I might need to revise how it's built as well, because we're not getting too much like, it's not really giving us anything really. So I'm thinking maybe having a more mechanical styled farm could possibly be an option, and having it on a timer where it has, like, it lets them spawn, timer shoots, sends water down, they drop into the center, and then after a little while, timer clicks off, water clicks off. Could do something like that. That'd be relatively easy to do, I imagine. Having a hopper clock, and then just every once in a while it just changes on and off. Only thing is, it seems if they fall to their death, they don't give us gunpowder, so I might need to possibly try a dog-based system, which conveniently enough, actually, that's something I also did as I was heading back from doing mining out like all the way over there. I found a couple of dogs, and I've bred them, so now we have quite a few dogs actually. Create puppy. Good. Good. Good, Anakin, good. Very nice. Puppy created. Wait. Don't think you can get in on their business, sir. Okay, now we have a bunch of smaller dogs. Wait, wait. Sit down. Sit down. There we go. And this is just how I'm creating my army, essentially. So, by having a ton of dogs, it's very nice, very convenient. But yeah, I end up coming out of the cave with like a ton of bones, and then came into a full like pack of wolves, and I was like, ooh, here you go, have some bones. And they're all like, yes, very nice, I like. So we did that. That was pretty cool. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, that's right. We came up here to make an axe and an axe and a shovel, which luckily we have enough planks to do. Shovel and an axe. Thank you, good sir. We also made a nice little hanging lantern from some chains. I suppose we should probably go into the nether at some point and do a bit of nether exploration. That would be probably a wise idea. And also I can mine a ton of quartz, so that way we can bring it back here and safely mine it and get to level 30 preferably. Okay, anyways, shovel goes there, axe goes there. I hear a skeleton. I don't like the sound of skeletons because of what it implies. It implies that my land is unsafe, which, to be fair, it is, but still. Oh, what the bloody hell? Since when did this come here? Okay, first time I've seen that. Alright, okay, so... That's good to know, because I've had some trouble finding caves, so if that's a cave there, then that actually gives us a bit of room to work with. Or it gives us some stuff to work with. Possibly assume that this is a pathway across. And then we say you, like that. And this is essentially how I just do path building at this point. Be nice if my headphone and my mic cord weren't pulling so tight. Now I do hear a skeleton nearby, and that annoys me. Let's see, how do we want to go about doing this? So, because we could theoretically, if we came over here and brought this up, we'd actually reduce the amount of stone bricks we're using. I mean, I suppose I should just continue to fill in this area here. Just bring this up just a tad. Like, this is essentially going to be the equivalent of, like, a massive mega project on its own. Because to be able to build our castle, which is our other mega project, we need to have the land up to build the castle. Give me a moment. Which is going to be, you know, result of a massive amount of terraforming and mining and such. So, if we are to presume that we can come over here and lower this area, nice. We could theoretically... I was going to say we could lower this side, but at the same time... don't think I want to. I'm just going to try and flatten this a bit. Ooh, I sensed that one behind me, and that was a tad concerning. The fact that they light up is a good indicator of where they are. I've got that, like, inherent reflex of, like, hearing things and being like, oh, crap. Hold on, give me a moment so I can read that. Damn it, spiders and skeletons, do you mind? This is why I need to come through here and light this area up. For you to make good shit in the mod you're talking about, you need to make a crafting station that needs every single crafting station. Oh, I see. So I'm guessing that means like all of the compressed and like, you know, all of the crafting. Oh, as in like crafting stations as well. So that's like all of your like, what's it called? Like all your furnaces and stuff. That's a bit of a rip. I mean, inherently, I kind of go out of my way to do that anyways, but yeah, fair. I'm guessing that the game adds quite a lot more crafting stations, though. Trying to crack my back. Even the exotic ones. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is what I try and go out of my way to do anyways, but yeah, that's fair. Um, and we can take this sand here, and bada bing. Grab this dirt, and fill this in. Easy. Hmm. And now we just expand this over this way. Nice. Okay, and then that means that we can lower this down and bring this across. Hmm. Yeah, that'll work. Wait a second. Oh, god damn it, I'm dumb. There. That's what confused me there, that one like block. Meat grinder, blender-matic, yeah, that's fair. I mean, even still, yeah, I still try and grab those ones. Granted, when I play through it, it's usually just me trying to have access to everything that I could ever really want. So, but yeah, that's just how I play generally. Problem is that you don't have enough self-esteem nor determination for you to do anything. That's fair. I mean, at the end of the day, basically just do what you're comfortable with, I guess. Like, I know I can get very set on doing things. I know that for a fact. I mean, hell, I've been streaming for however many months it's been at this point, because I started in what, like June? So my hair is nice and smooth. I started in what, June, I think. I've been streaming for like 6 months now, which is kind of wacky. But yeah, and that you see that sort of thing of like how I'm like, I've got an idea and I'm just gonna follow through with it, and I've been following through with it for quite a while actually. Um, there we go, that works. And by just expanding this outwards, that should hopefully give us a bit more room to work with. I don't have a shovel because it just broke. That's a bummer. Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. I might need to up my audio just a tad. It's not really balanced at the moment. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to look at the levels and it's not really telling me that we have much audio going. Okay, oh well. You have an idea? Let me test if I can do it. Okay. Sounds good. Now I suppose let's grab this sand. Because yeah, at some point in the future, I would like to have the possibility of having a server for like people who watch the stream to come and join onto. Let me just go and grab another shovel. I suppose I have a silk touch pickaxe, so I should probably just take my take an ender chest with me, I suppose. How did you hit me? Okay. Alright, anyways. So that's the whole thing. So yeah, I just want to slowly like try and make that look nice. Okay. What do we have? Not very much, it seems. Oh, we've got 9 shovel there. Nice. Grab a bit of extra sand. Just doing a bit of terraforming. Okay. Now looking at that, what do I think I can change here? There we go. That. Maybe if I do that, and there. No, hang on, not that one. Yeah, that kind of works. So it's like 1 wide, 2 wide, and then like 3 wide out here. Not bad, not bad, not bad indeed. Then we come through here. It worked. Nice, good stuff. Is it, as they say, a poggers moment? That, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that beach is kind of coming along nicely. It's a little bit wonky along some of the bits, but maybe let's just chop them and bring that up. Nice. Then we come along this way. Boop, boop. You don't want to spend 30 minutes writing a message, so you'll just say it worked. Okay, I'm just going to take your word for it in that case. I feel like playing some Phasmo, but at the same time, like, I've played it so much solo that it's kind of lost its effect. Where I'm like, oh man, spooky ghost, oh boy. I mean, I might still play it anyways. I don't know. I guess give me a little bit to think about it, and I might play Phasmo. But yeah, generally playing it with the boys is pretty fresh. It's much better than soloing it, generally. I haven't really been in the mood to talk to many of the boys at the moment. I don't know why, but I've just been like, let's just cloister up and do whatever. In this case, usually streaming and prepping for exams. Okay. Okay, now what we can do here is if we come through and we just pop that in place, boop, boop, boop. I should probably light up the area down here. Maybe I'll do that in a second. I don't have any torches on me, do I? Of course I don't. Because every time I need torches, I don't have them. Well, I can go and light up that entire area, preferably. Okay, just got to hit this at the right angle and bop, bop, bop. Drop one there. Very nice. That's what I like to see. Guess we might as well just take a stack of torches. And boop and bop. Drop them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have actually probably just made those into them, but it's fine. Okay, now we take a stack of torches. Excellent. Fantastic. I also made some brewing stands off camera as well with some of the blaze rods that we harvested the other day. I was sitting there and I was like, I fully went out into the nether to get blaze rods, but why did I go and grab them? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So we can make brewing stands. And well, now we have brewing stands. Hell yeah. Alright, that's that hole filled in. Come over and fill this one in. Put one torch there and one torch here, I guess. If we be extra generous in our torch placements, it should fully prevent anything from spawning down here. Give me a moment again. Occasionally, as of recently, and with this whole like weird fluiness, I almost sound robotic sometimes, just because of the resonance of my voice. It's not usually a positive thing. In other news, so I've been playing a bunch of No Straight Roads, and I vibe with the music, but at least playing it 2-player, there are quite a few things where I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess that's how that is. Like, the fact that 2-player in the hub world is almost unplayable. You have to, like, control the camera for both people, and the camera's very sensitive. Plus also the fact that, if you want to do, like, the boss fights, you kind of have to be very... Like, yeah, you need to know exactly what you're doing with 2 players, otherwise you just can't do it. Which, I mean, that's understandable, I suppose. At the end of the day, you know, it is a game about trying... Like, it is supposed to be a difficult game to some degree. But, yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying it, but, like... There were a few things where I'm just like, what the hell? I don't know what's going on. And then the fact that you have to start all the way from the start in boss fights and... Well, I suppose not in boss fights, but, like... If you want to continue... You have to. You can only get up to a max of a C rank for the entire situation, and often like they'll have these like massive long sections where you've got to survive through like 7 waves of just random garbage enemies. Which, to be fair, they started off good, but thing is, it does start to feel very repetitive because you've got like, here is Blaster Robot, where if you get too close, it'll slap you, and it has an AoE hurt box that's like, you know, the things here, hurt box is like all the way over here. So I'm like, that's kind of annoying, but sure. Then there's like the guard robot, which it just basically does a wave on the floor. And it can do like multiple waves and stuff. And I'm sitting there like, okay, cool. I'm like lower, like I've got an elevation difference or like something like that. I should be able to not get hit by this. Oh wait, I still get hit by it anyways because reasons. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it's a game I've been definitely enjoying, but it's one of those ones where I'm like, there's a lot of stuff here that I would call as BS. And I'm not one to call BS too often when it comes to playing games and stuff, especially ones that I've waited for a long time to play. But that, to be fair, I've been playing it 2-player, so I suppose once I finish the game 2-player with Chris, I'll go back through and try and solo run it and see if solo's any different. I'm hoping it is, naturally. Okay, we're getting a bit of dirt. We just need to keep making shovels at this rate. Okay, you know what? Instead of just continuing to work on like this sort of stuff, I'll do this off camera. But what we should do, in my opinion, my brilliant, 100% accurate, perfect opinion, is let's go to the Nether, because nothing bad's going to happen if we do that, right? Right? Yeah. So let us come through here. We can ditch off all of the torches and such. We'll take the water bucket, even though I know you can't really place it. We've got our Silk Touch pickaxe. Okay, I suppose let's make ourselves a golden helmet. And let's take ourselves an ender chest. Pop them in there. Let's grab some food. We'll just grab like a stack of, or 2 stacks of cooked chicken into our ender chest. Looks good to me. Okay, we've got our bow. We do need arrows, actually. Got a bit of TNT. That's kind of cool. I got that for an achievement that I got last night. I think it was exploding a creeper with an explosion. It said TNT, but it exploded from another creeper, so that was pretty cool. Actually, let's take a look at our achievements at the moment. How are we doing? We haven't really done much of this stuff. Vanilla tweaks, that's just those things. Oh boy. Complete every farming, etc. Weaponry. Oh boy. Oh boy. Every single event. Okay, so needless to say, we probably aren't going to be able to do those. These ones we're just slowly getting through. Survive the first night, play for 100 days. Well, we're on day 104, so I don't know what's up with that. Play for a whole year. Okay. I presume that's in-game. Okay. Well, that's all stuff that we're going to do. Shroom lights. Got them. Glowstone. Anyways, yeah, let's go and do some, let's do some exploration, I suppose. We've got a decent chunk of food. We got our bow. I need to equip my shield. My shield is very important. There it is. Boop. Okay, is there anything else I could possibly need? I don't believe so. Okay, food. I mean, potions. Fire resistance potions. We don't have slime, though. We need magma cream for fire resistance potions. I just heard a trident. Excuse me, sir. Damn it. Coral, or, like, reeds. Give me your trident, sir. I don't think it gave me its trident. Rip. Bummer. Okay. But that's to be expected. It's like a very low drop chance. And we got massively lucky with our skeleton skulls. Like, we've got 4 of them at the moment. And I killed, like, not that many wither skeletons. I suppose that's another thing that we could theoretically do. Suppose let's mine this way. I should probably not be wasting this pickaxe now that I'm thinking about it. Guess I'll just make our little pathway across here. I'm also going to try and come through here and mine up any quartz I can find, ideally. What's that stuff? We want this stuff. Okay, and mine you, mine you. Do you fucking mind? Cultural misunderstanding. Well, you know what? I don't care. They're shooting at me, so they're not going to receive mercy. They did shoot first, after all. I'm mining gold? I don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. They can deal with it anyways. Okay, let's just grab that. Because we don't have any vein miner for these planks, or these bits of wood. Okay, so we need to... I want to find one of the blue biomes. Because I like the blue biomes. They're kind of cool. Just going for a wander through the cave. I don't know why, I still instinctually, like, anytime I see a cave, go for a wander. Even though It's not like I can find like nether diamond or anything like that. Good day, sir. Ooh, shroom lights. Do you mind, sir? Don't know what his problem was. Yeah, we don't have any really. We don't have anything to mine these shroom lights with, so I suppose I'll just use my axe. Because, as I've said before, I very much like the shroom lights. Like, I find them very cool. It's a nice kind of warm glow sort of color that I think that shroom lights pull off way better than glowstone does. There's some striders. I did have a saddle I could have brought, but oh well. We're just gonna grab all of these so that way I can gather the experience in the safety of my own home. Should probably keep an eye out for those big old pigs though, because they are a pain. Granted, I have knockback on my sword, so I should be able to deal with them quite nicely. But still better to be safe than sorry. Hello, young lad. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna obtain this. Don't blink. What? I don't know why that's a thing. Climb weeping vines. Oh, weeping, right, like weeping angels. Right, gotcha. I don't know much about Doctor Who, but that is something I definitely do know about. Ziglins. I believe that's what they're called. Zombie piglins. That's right, this blue stuff repels the big annoyances. Boop, 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 boop. So, ideally, despite the fact I do actually have a, despite the fact I do have, you know, the ender chest, I could theoretically just kill myself by jumping into some lava just to get home faster. But given that I'm collecting these so I can get to level 30 quicker, that seems a tad counterintuitive, not gonna lie. Sure, we'll mine this. And trigger any piglin around. But I don't really care. Because they can fight me. They can bite me and fight me. We should probably grab out some building blocks, I reckon, which is, of course, a netherrack. Boop, bop, bam, and across. Nice. You two aren't going to be trying to start shit. Good, good. Okay. Shroom light. Do like me a nice shroom light. And glowstone time. Wacky. I do kind of like, I gotta say, actually, I like this sort of vibe that the Nether has right now, where it's like that sort of spooky music, but like, it's kind of fitting. I don't know. So I've been, like I was saying, I think yesterday or whatever. I think I might have been telling Chris, I might have been saying it on stream, I don't recall. But I've been looking into an old ABC show called Skyland for the, like, because it gives off this sort of, like, ethereal sort of floating island sort of vibe. Or at least that's how I remember it. And this music is very fitting to that vibe, if I'm not mistaken. Which I say if I'm not mistaken, but that's subjectively my opinion. As opposed to objectively being fact. Which in this circumstance, it is also. It is objectively my opinion. Which is also a subjective matter. I remember back when I was in primary school, I did this class thing that was like a series of, well, it was a series of classes of like, just because I was doing real well in school. Um, and for a while they were talking about the difference between subjective opinion, or subjectivity, and objectivity. So, you know, something can be subjective if it's like, this is my opinion, but it's objective if it is fact. And I think that's a very important distinction. And even to be fair, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're talking about metaphysicality of that as well. And there was another word as well. Yeah, I think it was metaphysical. This is talking about like metaphysical language and such. Which, to be fair, I have not brushed up on in quite a while, but like you can have certain sort of speech that is metaphysical, which is essentially saying, like, if I recall correctly, it's like saying something about itself. I don't know this. I haven't, like I said, I haven't looked at it for a while. Give me a moment. Yeah, I've been doing computer science for a while, so thinking about language and metaphysicality and subjectivity and objectivity and all this sort of stuff isn't really in my daily schedule, if you get what I'm saying. Even more so now that I'm streaming pretty often as well. Like, I'm not really thinking about that stuff really ever. Glowstone miner, hell yeah. Well, I do like me some glowstone, but it needs to be used lightly or in locations where you don't see it. So underneath the rugs, you know, that sort of stuff. It's good to have anyways. Now that I've got my Silk Touch pickaxe, I can just grab that. Like, having a Silk Touch pickaxe certainly does have its benefits. I don't think anyone's arguing with that. Um, I wish I did bring a hoe, though. I always forget that hoe's useful now. Okay, alright. Alright, okay. What do we got? Weeping Vines. I'll grab them. Let's get up there once more. Just that way I can continue to harvest the bits and pieces that are around here. Plus, also, there are still blocks around. This red stuff is odd because it's so vibrant. Though, actually, now that I think about it, I do think I can find places where I could use this, right? Because this is... Oh, it is nether warp. Okay, never mind. I was going to say this would work with nether warp blocks. But if I'm not mistaken... Oh, no, you can't uncraft them. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh. I don't know. I think... Oh, that's me pressing U. Gotcha. I instinctively press U to check the uses of an item from JEI. We don't even have JEI, though, at the moment. Maybe I should get JEI. That feels like it would be a smart idea. Also, give me a moment. Okay, anyways. Oop. Okay, where am I? So, I am over here. Still not been in combat, which is nice. I do like that. I do want to get one of those Strider lads. They're pretty chill. Hello, sirs. Don't mind me. You're making some wacky sounds, but you're not shooting at me, so I suppose we're all good. Ah, there's a baby annoyance. My diamond pickaxe is getting low. This is the efficiency 4 diamond pickaxe, which, now that I'm thinking about it, that is the exact pickaxe I would want to be using. Wait. Be gone. Joke's on you, though. I came over here to finish you off so that you never repopulate and grow into adults. Yeah, you better run. Roadhog. Nice. 2 raw pork chops. What's that? Kill Oh, I'll hunt a hoglin for food. Bold of you to assume it was for food and not for fun. But whatever works, game. Bada bing. But yeah, no, I don't like hoglins. They do way too much damage if you're unprepared. That's very dangerous. Bob. Bam. Man, who would have guessed that in the nether there'd be things that would be dangerous? Not I, certainly. Bit of gold. Okay, not bad. We can keep mining this here. And this is a much easier way to store the quartz rather than mining it with fortune or something and having tons of quartz in our inventory. It's basically stored or, you know, stored experience. The only thing I need now is an ender chest, just for good measure. Not an ender chest, sorry, a shulker box for my ender chest. I am woefully underprepared for this exam that I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Like, it's one of those sort of classes that, like, they gave us the entire thing, the entire lecture at the start of the semester. I thought it was the first week's lecture, not the entire semester's lecture. So, yeah, basically, long story short, I did the entire lecture in the like before the first lecture. But I did the entire slideshow before the first lecture. Then found out, oh yeah, no, this is actually the entire class work, so I haven't really had to think about that class apart from the group project for mostly all of the semester. Which, hey, I'm not complaining about, to be certain, but yeah, it's still one of those things where I'm like, I haven't really thought about this entire class for quite a while. Should probably watch the lectures later. Because, I don't know, as of recently, I haven't really found time to watch lectures because they're on at a kind of inconvenient time for me generally. And the irony is, anytime I'm actually able to watch the lecture, I always spend the time, like I always go, oh yeah, it's whatever time of day, okay, sure. Until then, I'll be writing out this lecture for this other class. And then by the time I'm like, hey, what time was that lecture again? Oh, 2 hours ago. Fuck. So that's the whole thing. There's a lot of things here. It would be very bad if I accidentally hit one of them. That's a lot of glowstone. Oh boy. I also don't remember what is more efficient, smelting or breaking those with fortune. So I remember someone was talking about it, but I don't remember who. Right, okay, I don't need to find a way out because there's a way out just here. I feel like I should drop all this stuff into my ender chest. Because things can go very negative very quickly if you're not prepared. Okay, well, at the moment we're just gonna grind this. It is what it is. Unfortunately, like, that's the thing, is generally I try and make sure that each episode has something interesting about it. But thing is, like, I suppose that's the thing I forget about streams, is that streams traditionally are, like, grinding. But, I don't know. That's a whole thing. But was that obsidian down there? No, that's blackstone. Oh, okay. That's a lot less interesting. I was gonna say, if that's obsidian, what the hell? I don't believe there is, well, I don't know of any reason why obsidian would generate here except for a portal out. Okay, let's be safe. And let's throw down this. We'll throw in the glowstone, the shroom lights, the nether gold. And we'll break it with our silk touch pickaxe to ensure we get it back. Excellent. That's not something I want to mess with. For the most part, I'm just trying to go for all of the safe nether quartz. The stuff that I can very clearly see isn't going to end up in my destruction. My immediate and very, very quick pain. Oh well, that is a whole thing on its own, though. Bonk, 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 bonk. Excellent, very nice, very good, very fresh. I'm hoping that my audio quality is still nice, because I've been, like I was saying earlier, the audio quality in some of our recordings has been a bit whack, because, yeah, so I did spill rum on my, on a few parts of my computer. The part that coming into question is a USB splitter I have, and I have a second USB splitter, but it's a bummer because I did just order that one and it's already broken, or it's already starting to play up. So yeah, that's annoying. Okay, I think I managed to save all of the quartz there. Very nice. I don't like the fact that my diamond pickaxe is almost broken. It's certainly unfortunate. I need to do a D&D stream at some point and just, like, build a bunch of stuff. Because I've been saying that I'm keen to start planning for a second Hero Acca campaign. But I need to do things before that becomes viable. For one, I need to do another rewatch of Hero Academia. Actually getting up to date this time, because I didn't actually watch the full bit or the end of or the second half of season 4, even though everyone's been saying it's been really good. So I've been holding off on that. I'll do that at some point. That's right, we had all that glowstone over there. That's fine, I'll deal with that later. Ping, someone's messaging my phone. Is it anything important? What am I doing to study for 318? The moment I'm just looking over my notes. But after I stream, I'll watch the lectures. Like 2.5 -3 x speed. There we go. Because yeah, I can compile down each lecture into like 35-40 minutes with speed watching. Granted, I'm going to have to be actively paying attention for that entire time, but that's fine. If say good. I'll actually bring up my on my messenger on here so I can type as opposed to having to just look at my phone. Damn it. I typed in guidance rather than quiddance. Well, I typed in quiddance rather than guidance. Let me move that over there. Remember the image that you sent? Yes. Oh, very fresh. So I'm guessing, yeah, you're doing your ranged playthrough, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment, yeah? I presume that's that. But GG, that's good share right there. You are now God. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Looking at that item, yeah, I definitely could see you being God at this exact moment. That's fair. Good stuff. GG. That is both hype and also poggers. And I presume I sound like an old person who has just discovered the word poggers. Is this poggers? Yes, this is poggers. I'm sure of it. I'm certain. It's got to be poggers. The food at the grocery store? Poggers. The fish and chips I had last night? Poggers. This pizza? Poggers. The nether quartz? Poggers. Glowstone? Poggers. Yeah, you get the idea. I could just, like, bridge over. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Why not? Just do a bit of bridging. I'm not going to speed bridge because I'm not, you know, my brother trying to be like, oh, look how fast I can place all of these blocks in a bridge over lava. And I'm like, you know, I would rather not lose all my shit potentially if I can avoid it. Like, I don't know, I've lost so much stuff in playing Minecraft in the past where I would rather not if I can avoid it. That's it. No, fuck off. Fuck off. No. Fuck off. Fuck you, skeleton. Alright. Alright, okay, looks like we're going back to the nether. Because I just had, like, all of my good stuff on me. And there goes all of those levels as well. Oh boy. Luckily we got all this stuff, but that is a netherite pickaxe that I have on me, plus a diamond pickaxe. I'd rather not lose that if possible. Okay, so 3 blocks of thingy. We should probably actually grab a sword. Hang on, iron sword, bow. Give me a moment. Alright, we take that and we'll take the hoe as well. Okay, chest plate, helmet, pants. This is one of those moments that I'm very, very happy that I have my gravestones, because there's a gravestone that spawned there, so if I can just pillar out to it, we'll be right. Shovel, bucket, sure. Boop, 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 boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Grab a bit of steak. And we're going to need a ton of, not wood, not gravel, literally any building block, preferably. Damn it. Should have probably gotten some netherite. Not netherite, correction. Netherrack. Okay, well, we'll take some of this as just a building block for now, but probably not going to want to be building over the nether with a bunch of wood as our building block. It was all good until that goddamn ghast came along. I straight up heard the ghast sound and was like, no, get out of here. And then I wiggled too much, And, well, we all saw what happened. I've become so numb. I think this is the first, like, actual death that would have resulted in me losing gear if I didn't have that, if I didn't have the... Where am I looking? Jeez. I think that way is north. Yeah, that's the first actual death that I think I've had that, if I didn't have the gravestones mod, would have actually legitimately resulted in me losing gear. There's an Ankh Charm Fargo's mod version. That's fair. So what, you can get all of the Ankh items together, I suppose. Okay, well, we now have furnace fuel. We just gotta dig about 300 or 400 blocks. Sir, fuck right off immediately. Well, we have a latest death thing now, so we gotta remember that is the coordinates we're getting to. I'm just gonna walk out there. Like, come on, man, really? That's BS. This is rapidly becoming sad, yeah. Well, at least that time, when we died, all of us... Like, we're still close enough that I can just get my stuff back very easily. But now it means that instead of having that... instead of having the little thing on our map to tell us where we died, we now have that spot as our previous death location. So we're going to have to just keep digging and hope that we get to the right spot. Nope, I went this way. Sometimes it just be like... Sometimes it just be like it is, you know? Got all of our stuff back. Let me put all my gear on. Now you, lava, can fuck right off. Okay, so... Damn it. Okay, we're just gonna keep on digging. Just keep on moving our way over the void. Like, all things considered, we have lost stuff in the nether before, but we can usually get back. Also, give me a moment. Oh boy. Yeah, we can usually get stuff back from the nether kind of quickly and relatively easily. But, yeah. Sometimes it can just be a bit of a pain. And as long as we don't come across another ghast, we'll be right. But, oh boy. But you know what this moment is, specifically? As the kids say, it is not Pog. Specifically, unpog. I don't know why I've been saying Pog so much recently. Okay. Anyways, let's keep on building across. Sregop moment. Pogger's backwards moment, indeed. It took me a moment to like read through that and just like scan my brain because that word very much sounds like it could possibly be a slur. I'm like, just want to quickly scan through my data bank of knowledge and see if it's anything bad. No, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think it is. I generally am under the impression that you would not be the sort of person to be dropping quick slurs in my chat. I saw the light and I was like, please don't tell me there's a lava above me. Okay, well, we should have enough durability. Or at least a decent chunk of durability. Okay, we're here. This place seems familiar. I was... I was trying to bridge to a place I've already been? Really? Are you kidding me? Right there. I... Like, that's actually, like... That point in of itself is, like... Really? Alright. Let's try and get over there successfully, hopefully. We'll drop down here. I honestly... That hurts. That right there hurts. But, on the bright side, we have a quick and an easy way to get back out of here. I suppose also on the bright side, we also have a bunch of quartz. Other bright side, we didn't lose everything. I was straight up expecting that grave to drop into the lava, and I don't know how it works. I don't know if that counts as, like, if that's just an item at the moment, or if that's like a block that's placed. I don't really know the details of it, to be honest. Okay. Give me my stuff back, thank you. Let's drop down this real quick, and just boop, 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 boop. All of that in there. This can offhand. We got this, we got that. I'll keep the pickaxes on me. Okay. Let's throw the quartz in here if we can. What can we swap it for? Not too sure. You deal 150,000 DPS without even attacking. Bruh, that mod sounds whack. Okay, we can break that iron pickaxe. I think we're good. I don't know what I can get rid of here. I suppose I can probably pop that in there. That feels like the best decision that we could make. Grab out the ender chest just before it gets into the lava. Okay, gear has been recovered. Thank you, Tombstone's mod. Or not mod, correction, data pack. I knew that installing a Tombstone mod slash data pack slash whatever would save us so much grief. Like, I was just about to... Well, to be fair, I was going to say I was just about to go and cry myself to sleep, but we still also have another recording that I want to do. And also, we do have stuff... Like, I didn't really have that much diamond on me. It's like, oh yeah, I lost my cool sword, and I lost this netherite pickaxe, and also another diamond pickaxe. Sure, but using our ender chest, we managed to keep it all relatively good. Be gone. Don't bother me. You, sir, are the reason that I died. Revenge feels sweet. It lags your computer and breaks your eardrums. I'm guessing you're specifically referring to the thing in Terraria that you're doing, and not something that I'm doing by accident or on purpose. I don't know. Whatever it is I'm doing. Because I'm paranoid about making sure that my audio quality is good. Okay, I think it's... Yeah, the way over there. Okay, so we need to come up here. You can dash through walls. Oh, that's fresh. Is that because you've got an ability that it lets you, or is it because, like, you can move so fast that the game doesn't know how to deal with it? and just like lets you just get through walls, because that's also another possibility. I've dealt with that one a few times in the past. Soul of Poggers, yes. Very fresh. Now, just gotta not fall down. Jeez, I suppose I need to start building myself guardrails now. It's the accessory. Okay, fair. Oh boy. Big on. I ain't fucking around with no hoglins. You gotta get like 50 things just to make it and defeat 10 post-Moon Lord bosses to get it. So, what does it? I don't know what DOK means, but yeah, fair. Um, okay. Be gone. Nuisance. Don't you be trying to come up behind me and try and hit me. That ain't happening. I gotta say, I really like this sword though. This is like my what? Because I enchanted a Sweeping Edge 3, Knockback 2, Unbreaking 3 sword with no sharpness the other day, I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly. And I combine it with my Sharpness 3 sword, and even without just doing damage, the fact it can just like bah and things fly away is very nice. I quite like it. Okay, let's get back over. Yeah, I'll leave that guy. He can just chill. You'd probably get bloody thermic shock anyways from the fact that he's like, living in hell and then comes directly out to an ice biome. Now that I think about it, you would experience some mad thermic shock from doing that. Like, that's really not healthy for you. I mean, I suppose it is a zombie, so it's not like it really can feel pain, but like, still, that would not be comfortable at all. Okay, we'll put them in there. Boop, pop, bam, and I guess this was supposed to be our valuables chest, but I guess that's not really a thing anymore, is it? Okay, nether gold, nether quartz, nether gold. I'll put the nether gold away because I don't really care about getting. I don't really care necessarily about the fortune that comes out of mining the quartz. I'm just kind of caring about the experience at the moment. Very nice. So bummer, because we were at like level like 20 something already. And by dying, we've lost a bunch of levels. Okay, let's just keep on doing this. Take a moment to stretch. Oh well. This is probably going to be our fastest way to get to level 30 at this point, I reckon. I wasn't paying attention to its durability. Fantastic. Great. We got some diamonds back, though. That's at least convenient. Damn it. This feels so much slower. Okay. I was gonna try and save that one to enchant it later. Bummer. I suppose I'll just grab one singular diamond ore. Well, I need to make it... Oh, you're kidding me. I need to make an iron pickaxe because dummy me didn't think to break one singular diamond ore to get myself... that's such a waste. Jeez. Okay. Guess I'll put all this stuff in here. Oh boy. I'm really not at the top of the game right now, am I? Top of my game, rather. Bob. And then we get that, so we get our iron pick, which we mine to get our diamond pick. Suppose we'll store that in there. It's always good to have a spare iron pick anyways. Oh boy. So, I also did build something in the chicken coop, which we can head over to later. It's just basically an automatic egg shooter, because breeding chickens is a pain. And I was like, you know what? Let's just try and speed up that process just a tad. Then I went over with my sweeping edge sword and basically destroyed my game in like for the sort of like 3 seconds, because I swung my sword and then the game just froze while they were all compacted into a small area. So yeah, then it came back and I was like, I had gained like only 3 levels, but like a ton of raw chicken and stuff, and I was like, pretty good. Okay. Now, apologies, I know that this is a not exactly an interesting thing to watch, but we need the levels, really. Ideally. Yawn. Come on. Give me a moment. I'm back. Okay, so. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. This is usually the time, at least when it comes to, like, watching other streamers where they're like, ask me questions and I'll answer them. And I'm like, that's like my passive time at all times. Actually, suppose I should probably add that to the stream tags. Minecraft. No, that's good. AMA. Wow. Update. There we go. Boop. Back to Minecraft. But yeah, I am very unprepared for this lecture, or for this exam, it feels. But since it's all online, I can just be like, yes. If it's like, what is this concept? And I can't explain that, I can just be like, Google, what do we got? Because it's a 2-hour exam, so I imagine we're going to be somewhat pressed for time. But like 2 hours isn't that, well, it's not that short of a time if you know what to write, or rather if you know roughly the content of the subject. You know, you can answer most of the questions, and bada bing, bada boom. Then anything you don't know, you can just go back in there. And luckily, I believe I'm at the point where I can baseline answer like at least like 50% of the questions. Slowly getting all this quartz. We've gone through like most of our quartz that we ended up mining, just in the process of trying to get back to where we were. Also, give me another moment. Oh boy. Talking is not doing any benefits to my throat. I'm probably gonna bet that because I stream and talk consistently, or like almost constantly during my streams, that's probably the reason that my throat has taken that extra bit of time to heal. Which at the end of the day, it's fine. Honestly, I'd rather be streaming than not streaming. Like, I enjoy streaming. It's fun. So that's the whole thing. It gives me an excuse to just play games and also not only play games, but say I'm being productive while playing games, which is always very fresh. And God knows that I can talk quite a lot, but yeah, it's the whole thing. We're at level 28. Oh boy, we're getting there. Be real nice if my throat didn't start acting up. It feels like I've got a grind of pepper in my throat at the moment. Give me a moment. Excellent. Like, it's at that point where I'm like, it's very, like, lightly got that sort of irritation. That feels like there's, like, pepper just sitting in my throat. Which, to my knowledge, I don't believe I've inhaled pepper anytime recently, so I'm gonna chalk that one up to the flu I've got. Almost there. 1, 2, well, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we are. Level 30. Hell yeah. Let's see what we can enchant. What would our pickaxe give us? Unbreaking 3? Sure, let's go for it. Just Unbreaking 3. Alright, back to mining quartz. That's horrible. That is honestly garbage. And I don't even get it right, because we've got, like, a ton of these bookshelves here. There's no way that we're not hitting level 30, like, max level enchantments and everything. But, like, Unbreaking 3, really? I mean, at least give me some efficiency. Come on, man. I guess I'll just mine with this one until it's, like, very low, and then just combine it with a bunch of other stuff. And we are almost out of nether quartz. Bruh. Can we at least get to level 29? It doesn't look like it. Okay, bummer. Go figure. Of course, that's how it's gonna go. Let's go breed some sheep and, well, not sheep, some chickens and some cows. Should probably jump down here before I get too high and just start taking massive fall damage. Alright, let's sit back up, because I kind of ended up slouching down there for that entire time. This is also the spawn pond. That's where we spawn in. So that's good to know. Do I want to do all of the wheat harvesting? Not really, to be honest. Breed. Create more little bee rallises. You like jazz? Breed bees. Okay. So originally I had, excuse me, sir. Be gone. Originally I had them all, well, I had this, that being just a fence post, so it looked like a little table. But you see, that caused the issue where they would spawn in the fence post and then proceed to be stuck there. But yeah, so as for the system I've got here, it's essentially just a hopper clock. Like underneath here, there's a hopper going in, two hoppers going into each other with a singular seed, and then that seed gets passed back and forth, and then it's read from a comparator, and that comparator comes into here, and then bada bing, bada boom, it just basically shoots out eggs. It's not a fast system, but that's because it doesn't need to be a fast system. Like, that's a decent speed. It gets through stacks and stacks very quickly. See? We put in 9 and it's already out. Okay, that in there. 1, 2, 3. See? Perfect. And we get a couple of chickens out of it. And it just works. It just works. Okay. The universal, like, look down from those chickens once they realized I was out of eggs. That's a whole thing. Okay, what do we got here? We need to, geez, I guess we do need to harvest our farm here. It's kind of annoying. It's not fully done, but I guess I can just come over here and harvest this chunk. Because, yeah, I don't like the elevation change that does, like, down here. It's kind of annoying. So I can't just come in and sweep through and harvest everything. Nice. People are roaming past my house very loudly, because apparently that's what they feel is necessary at 2:24 p or 2:25 p.m. in a relatively residential area. Like, I don't live in a city or anything. I just live in, like, a nice kind of residential place. I'm not going to go too much further into that, but it just proves the reason why I'm confused when I hear people like finding it necessary to, on a 50 zone, or rather a 60 zone, just fucking flooring it past. And that's 60 kilometers an hour specifically, not miles an hour, for anyone who might be in America. We work in the metric system generally. 2 golden apples. Oh boy. What's that? Breed every animal? Breed 500 animals. Oh boy. This shit just doubled. What specifically doubled? You downloaded cross mod. Does that allow you to just basically like use a cross, kill undead? Oh, we're at level 32. Fantastic. Didn't even notice. Fargo's mod DLC. Okay, fair. Now the question is, can I get to level 33? Because this is actually getting us quite a lot of experience. It has cross-compatibility with... Ah, right, I gotcha. It's basically an API mod, to my knowledge. Okay, level 32. Let's get another enchantment going. We need fortune, damn it. As soon as we get fortune, that means we can actually harvest everything that we have got. And I've got a ton of coal and stuff there that I've been waiting to harvest. Why is there a bee just chilling here? Bruh, stop spreading your bee cum over my place. Bee Rallis. Now, to be fair, actually, I could probably make a hive if I wanted to. Probably should do that. I know, the bees are kind of cute. I reckon I should probably just have this one chilling. Wait, what are you doing? She is. Well, let me quickly make this diamond pickaxe first. Actually, let me even just check. Shovel. Unbreaking 3. Blah. Garbage. Iron pick. What do we get? Unbreaking 3. Garbage. Bow. Punch 1. What the bloody hell is going on here? Sword. Smite 4. I think that'd be useful if we're going up against the Wither, but we're not yet, so... She is. Okay. Do we have a campfire? I'm sure we do. I'm pretty sure it's over at the other base. Okay. Fine. 1, 2, 3. And let's make ourselves a couple of sticks, and we can make ourselves a diamond pick. Let's enchant and see what we get. What is this garbage? 2 unbreaking 3 pickaxes. That is horrible. What is with this horrible, horrible luck? Almost got us back up. I could just mine this coal until I get to the right level. I'll just do it with the iron pickaxe, so I'm not risking breaking the diamond pickaxes anymore. Almost got it. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we come. Okay. You're really going to be doing this to me like this? Really? Really? Okay, fine. What about the redstone? Oh boy, level 30. Finally. Efficiency 3. You're going to come out here to me after just giving me 2 unbreaking 3 pickaxes, only unbreaking 3 pickaxes, and say, hey, you might want an efficiency 3. Excuse the fuck me. Okay. You're going to give me sharpness 3? Well, I'm going to capitalize on that. You know how? Because I happen to have a sharpness 3 of my own right here. And I can use that to make myself a nice old sharpness 4. Just sharpness 3. Boy! Okay, looks like we're mining more redstone. Because this is actually giving us a decent chunk of experience each time. What is the horrible luck I have today? Like, why? Have I angered the enchanting gods? Like what? I don't get it. Like, usually by now I would have fortune, which is the thing that confuses me because, like I said, like, I've got Silk Touch. I've gone through so many pickaxes and I've only gotten fortune so far. And now there's a spider who's hissing its way around my base. And it's time for me to execute it. And the other thing is, I can't really combine these two swords yet. Because if I try and combine these swords, it's going to drop my experience by a ton. And I'd rather not have that happen if possible. Oh boy. Well, we got a bunch of redstone now. Just make some redstone blocks. Why not? I am beyond confused. Level 28 again. Okay, I've got a few ideas of what we can do to get extra experience without having to mine much. Yep, that should give us a bit of experience. That brought us to level 29. Nice, because that gives us iron, gold, and coal, of which I've been smelting. What else can we do? I suppose I can just check. Yes! Finally! Okay. Let's mine some lapis. I think that's worth it. Just to bring ourselves up to level 30. Finally! Oh man. This is taking us way too long. Come on, place the block, please. Oh boy. Oh boy, indeed. Okay, blocks of lapis. Except we need regular lapis for a moment. We're gonna drop this in. Fortune 3. Fucking finally! God damn it. Fortune 2. There. Garbage. Garbage. Fortunate son. I am a fortunate son now. Time to mine up all of this stuff that I've been collecting this entire time. I could combine it with an efficiency 4, possibly. Should make it an efficiency 5, and then I could netherite it up. Look at how our experience is climbing at the moment. What's that? 27 diamonds. Very nice. Speed at which we can mine now. Oh boy, I like it. So I'm thinking I leave the fortune pickaxe here. Give me a moment. Okay, as I was saying, I think we leave the fortune pickaxe here. And by leaving it here, we essentially just only use it when we need it the most. So as in, like, only using it when we want to, you know, break a bunch of stuff with fortune. Because it has been such a pain to get that damn fortune. Hey, I just saw those diamonds there, and I was like, ooh, should probably grab them. Yeah, it's been such a pain to get those that I don't really want to have to do it again if possible. Right, emerald in there. We're level 29. I suppose now because I can actually break all the stuff I wanted to break. Just grinding through it all that we've got. Excellent. Bring us to level 30 again, please and thank you. Not bad. Okay. Sword. What will a sword get if we enchant it? I guess I'll just grab a stone sword and check. Knockback 2. Cool, but not really what I'm looking for. What about a bow? Infinity. Ooh. That might be, as they say, cash money. And yeah, sure, let's get this infinity bow. Why not? Can't complain. Power 4 and Unbreaking 3 infinity. Oh boy. Now that is a bow if you ask me. Yeah, we'll enchant this to infinity and beyond. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's enchant the diamond pickaxe next so we can get an efficiency 5 rather. And bada bing, bada boom. Then yeah, we can hopefully get ourselves to netherite with my fortune pickaxe. We can start combining all of our stuff. I actually want to get a I'm just thinking. I want to get a what's the word? I'm blanking on the term for it. I would like to get a bunch of stuff enchanted before I start anviling. Okay. Come on, place. There we go. So just by being able to mine through this redstone and such, I can get to level 30 pretty quick. I don't know if fortune affects the amount of experience you get out of things. Okay, awesome. Let's get some redstone blocks up in here. Okay, you and you get efficiency 4. Excuse me? Alright, well, I guess you're being stored there. Another Fortune 3. Go figure. So now what we're going to do is I guess we'll make ourselves a new diamond sword and a new diamond pick. Because we need a sharpness 4. Now it comes out with all of the Fortune 3s? Bloody hell. Okay, well, I've got we might just have to combine 2 of the Fortune 3s with the efficiency 4 so I can get efficiency 5. And coal, sure. Let's just get ourselves a ton of coal real quick. Coal is as horrible as ever in getting experience, it seems. At least we're going through it pretty quickly. I suppose I might as well take the opportunity to gather or to get fortune whenever possible, given how useful it is. Okay, we got our coal blocks, redstone. I suppose I should make more redstone blocks. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, indeed. What a situation we have dealt with, we've come into. Oop, bop, bam. Water bucket's always nice to have. What did I have those shears for? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. We have the shears, so that way we can go and make ourselves a beehive. Well, it's good to know that all those ores that there's the blast furnace I was looking for. All those ores that I had mined are finally coming to pay off. Level 28. Oh boy. Suppose we can just keep breeding these bees, make them nice and high leveled. And by high leveled, I mean just breed them a bunch. Make sure that the hives have a bunch of bees in them. You and you. And we don't have a shovel, do we? We got 3 out of that, which is actually kind of exactly what we need now that I'm thinking about it. And sure, we'll just make a wooden shovel out of this stuff. Boop, bop, bop, bam. Crafting table down. And shovel. And we'll make a wooden axe, just for the sake of finishing off the rest of this tree. Then we can throw that away. Okay, wooden shovel. Come up here. There we go. Beeralis enters hive. That's what the thing says down here. I'm fine with that. Cool. Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing I was going to do. Let's quickly grab them. Because we can come over here now and make ourselves a Beeralis hive. Interesting. Hive mind plus honeycombs. Oh boy, I can make a new hive. Fantastic. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We can just breed up all of the bees and just get a ton of them. Oh boy. What a day, what an episode we have had. I'm just like still astounded by how this episode is unfurled. Let's grab this and grab them. You're still not ready to be bred again. Okay, go figure. And now what about you, young lads? Okay, cool. Just keep on breeding, keep on breeding. Give me experience, please. Thank you. Come on, level 29. Not bad indeed, not bad indeed. Eggs in here. Okay, I did. Can you cease? I just want to watch the eggs come out. Oh man, it gave birth to a fully grown chicken. Fantastic. Level 29 and a half. We're almost able to enchant again. Oh boy. We could probably actually start investing in diamond armor as well, to be honest. That would probably go over pretty well. I was just hit by a wave of realization that we let Raynald die in Dark's Dungeon the other day. Damn it. Okay, well that's fine. We will make it work. Hello, pig. The other pig we had in the chicken coop got squashed the other day. I was sitting there breeding them. right before I massacred them, and they were like, "Oh yes, let us." Oh, we have more loot. They're like, "Oh, let's just squash this pig here," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." This is a lot less experience giving, it seems, and even than really coal. Don't even think I'll be able to get to level 30 from this, to be honest. Note to self, this stuff is garbage. Okay, I guess just we're not going to get experience anymore, sure. Good thing I had a nice big open inventory. Jeez. Stack or so of gold. Just a bit over a stack. Not the worst, not the best. I've dealt with certainly worse. Okay, what else do we have that can give us experience real quick? We could go kill the Wither, but if we die, then that means we are back to square one because we would have lost all of our experience. I want to do one last enchantment if possible. Let's maybe just go and kill a couple of cows. I think that's the way to go. And depending on... I probably won't do much off-camera work tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow I'll probably end up streaming. Actually, hang on. Nope. D&D's tomorrow night. I might not be able to stream tomorrow, actually. Exam and then D&D immediately after. Like, straight up, they're like, oh, we're starting at 3 o'clock. And I'm like, my exam finishes at 3 o'clock. I mean, I suppose it depends on what time I get up in the morning. If I'm up early enough, I might be able to stream. There's our level 30. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Having a farm. Because the thing is, I don't usually build farms, so having them is new to me. And oh boy, is it useful. Experience and stuff. Well, granted, it's not. It doesn't give us that much experience, but a decent chunk of experience whenever we want it. And then also food plus leather. Usually, I have to like go out exploring and gather a bunch of leather from a bunch of like horses and stuff. But like we're just swimming in leather now. We've got that much of it. Sure, we'll just throw that there, and then food goes in the food chest. I need to do another smelt of a couple of these things. What's that? Unbreaking 3, looting, or Fortune 3. That's just Fortune 3. Okay, well, that's good to keep on the side, I guess. Alright, let's do some combining. That's right, I moved this. So, sharpness 4, sweeping edge 3, knockback 2, unbreaking 3. Sure, righto. Give me a moment. Okay, unbreaking 3. Ooh, that's 19 levels. Yeah, we need a little bit more experience. Suppose I can just wait for mobs to spawn and kill them. Or I could just head back down and take out another couple of cows. Column A or column B, whichever is applicable. Take my sword for a new spin. Hell yeah. Bah. Get done. Hell yeah. So, assuming I get... Well, I can basically two-shot things, assuming I think I crit. Yeah, 3-shot if I don't crit. 2-shot if I do. 18. Yep, there we go. That's the level I need to be at. And now we can... Efficiency 5, Efficiency 5, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3. Netherite pickaxe time. Hell yeah. Assuming this one skeleton doesn't kill me. But he should not, because we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay. Oop. Put you in there and you in there. Excuse me. How did that go up by a level? Am I dumb? Am I missing something? Oh, jeez, come on. Need a little bit more. Let's eat some steak. Oh boy, that's a lot of skeletons. That is concerningly large amounts of skeletons. Let's grab out our shield and let's decimate them all. That's like a solid chunk of skeletons. Water skeletons, the worst kind of skeletons. Okay, hey. My golden boots are apparently low durability. Forgot I had golden boots on, not gonna lie. It's probably definitely not helping the situation. But yep, we managed to do it. Almost died a couple of times there. But that's fine. We can make it work. Okay, anyways. Actually, I wonder if you can dispense a shovel onto a beehive to make it, or onto a fire to make it go out. That would be good. I would like if you could do that. Just basically, bah, on it with a dispenser. Okay. Now you, and you. Oh boy. And now we come over here with one netherite ingot. You, and you. Ooh. Now that's fancy. We're starting to get a couple of netherite tools. This one's starting to get a bit worn down, to be expected. But I think that's going to do it for this Minecraft episode today. We're going to continue streaming. We're going to move over onto, I reckon, a bit of Darkest Dungeon, because I think I'm a bit mentally drained of Minecraft at the moment. I'm going to do some work off camera when I get a chance. I probably won't stream this for another couple of days, up until I do a bit of off-camera work, just grabbing dirt. And now we've got a good way to... I'll probably do a bunch of mining and collect a ton of ores, hopefully. I'll avoid probably coal, but redstone and lapis, and of course diamond, are really good actually for getting experience, it seems. So I'll do that, and also now that we have fortune, we can make them even more efficient. But yes, that's where that's going to be for today. Thank you for coming out. I very much appreciate it. Centella, how's it going? We're just about to move over to Darkest Dungeon. But yeah, thanks for watching Minecraft. I appreciate it. All that good sort of stuff. Thank you and goodbye.